Susan, and she's a beautiful woman, and she has silver white hair, like mine. And every woman in her family has died of breast cancer. And so naturally, eventually, getting breast cancer was always in the back of her mind. Based on her family history, her doctor ordered a test to see if she had a genetic mutation in her family for breast cancer. The genetics laboratory called her in for a conference, and they said, please bring your husband. When we walked in, they introduced us to 2 surgeons and a psychiatrist. They said, Susan, you are perfectly healthy. However, you do have a BRCA2 genetic mutation. We are recommending that you have a double mastectomy and a hysterectomy as soon as possible. I was so proud of Susan. She said, cut them off and throw them in a dumpster. The psychiatrist was quite surprised at that fast reaction, and he turned to me and he said, unfortunately, a lot of husbands have a real problem after the operation, and I'm wondering if you're going to have problems with it. And I said, hell no. After that operation, I'm going to have the biggest breasts in my house. And I said, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm sporting a couple of 44As here. And I don't have any issues with my breasts like a lot of other people do. The 2 surgeons held my wife's hand and they said, we're thinking 3-week recovery on that kind of an operation. I jumped up and I told them 3 weeks is not near enough time for me. The day before the operation, the 2 surgeons got some Sharpies and they drew lines all over my wife. That night, in order to lighten up the mood in our home, she went out in front of the bed and she flew open her robe and she said, behold Spider-Loom. And I got kind of excited. And she said, okay, but you can't smudge these lines. Well, the operation went just fine. And when I went to pick her up at the hospital, they had installed a bunch of drainage tubes in different parts of her body. And at the end of the drainage tubes were little rubber balls, or like bulbs. And the poor woman, when she walked, she couldn't walk straight. She walked like this. And all the tubes would start going like this, and they would clang into each other, and she looked like a great landlocked squid. Now, when women get a hysterectomy and they're fairly young, they go into menopause like that. And I now know why men my age murder their wives. She started kicking off the covers in the middle of winter. She started kicking me out because she was having hot flashes. She kicked me out of bed and said, you're like a furnace, get out of here. Many nights I would wake up freezing and shivering with no blanket on to find Susan marching around our bedroom in the middle of winter with the windows wide open, stark naked. And she looked like a great big marching Q-tip. Now, she had her 2 brothers over for dinner about a month after the operation, and I said, I'm going to have some fun with these guys. And I took them in the living room, and in a hushed tone, I said, Susan's going to have reconstruction surgery. And that is where a plastic surgeon rebuilds the breast. And I said, I know you 2 love your sister, and you would do anything for her. And they said, oh, yes, yes, yes. And I said, well, good, because she's going to need nipple transplants. And they both turned white, and I thought the other one was going to faint and hit the floor. And I said, you can each give her 1, or you can flip a coin, and one of you can give her 2. And the really cool thing is your family now has a nipple surplus. And if the first 2 don't take, you've got backup. Well, she never did have that reconstruction surgery, and they issued her a bra with some breasts inside. And my daughter came home for Easter that year from college, and she saw her mother up on the stairwell. And she pointed to her mother's blouse, and she said, "Are those real?" And her mother says, "Oh, hell no, they're not real. The real ones tried to kill me." And I just want to close by saying how proud I am of Susan for taking a proactive and a shot at cancer before it ever hit. And now we can both look forward to a really healthy and happy and long retirement. Thank you.
I have time for 1 minute of silence now.
Thank you.
Good job, Dad.
3 years. My name is Al Bradley, and I belong to the Classy Talkers Toastmasters Club, and this is my rookie year. I've been in Toastmasters for about 7 months.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Aileen Hidalgo. I'm with DMV Toastmasters, and I've been with that club for about 10 years.
I'm Ishmael Perez, and I'm a returning Toastmaster with Sampaquita, I think, for 2 months after my last Toastmaster was an SAR back in 1990.
Hi, my name is Douglas Long. I belong to the DMV Club. It's the Raconteur DMV Club, also located the same as the rest of my buddies. And I have been as the member for 3-4 years, Toastmaster.
My next question then for you will be, what made you join Toastmasters?
At first, it was a recommendation from my former boss, and after giving them about some time, I started off as a guest to kind of get a feel for it. Afterwards, I realized getting up there, giving out speeches, I knew I had to be part of that. So I joined.
It's very good. Okay, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And could you kindly tell us what is your most memorable time with Toastmasters?
Toastmasters?
Yes, your most memorable.
I think my most memorable time was Toastmasters was the initial night when I walked in with my daughter, and the people in this club were really warm and opening, and they all came over and shook our hands, and they introduced themselves to us, and they took us over and they sat down and they interviewed us and wanted to get to know about us, and gave us encouraging speeches about how much benefit it would be for me and my daughter to be in the club. So that was my most memorable, was the initial night.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Now it's presentation of awards. So, drum roll. I have to grab my glasses. I
I think so too.
Usually you have the Toastmaster or your division governor come up and talk.
Okay, sounds great. Why don't we have our Toastmaster, Erlinda, you want to do humorous speech first? Since that one's first. And we'll do evaluation. Thank you, Karen. I'm an area governor in training. These are your results. You're on this side, sorry. Those are the evaluation ones. I'll let you do the honors.
Oh, okay, have the class.
Take these out of the class.
I will announce the second place first, okay?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And By the way, for the information of those that are new with Toastmasters, the second place winner will be the one to represent the area in case the first place winner will not be able to make it. So the second place is also very important. And our second place winner
The third place. The third place would
the third place also, we will give the third
be,
place.
she has a certificate for third.
Yeah, I have third place here.
Okay.
Third place winner. Third place gets a certificate,
Right.
then we do start the plaques, and then we have participation certificates.
Third place winner for the humorous speech contest of Area 84 goes to Al Bradley. Second place winner, who will take the place of the first place in case he cannot make it, goes to Douglas Long.